Good morning, you fabulous lot of people. It's me, Calvin K from Kwak Talks, and you are watching Kwak TV because why watch crap TV where you can watch Kwak TV? And I hope you are all well on this fine morning. I can't believe we're like practically midway through another week. What the hell happened there? It's nearly May. What? Someone, honestly, the life bus is running, and trust me, I don't feel like I'm on it. I don't really know what's going on. But yes, hope we are all well on this fabulous morning. So if you are watching live, please jump into comments and say good morning to me. And remember, you can watch this on my Facebook page and share it far and wide from Kwak Talks. So make sure you go and find that and share that far and wide for me, because I like everyone to see my glorious face in the morning. What can I say? And if you are watching this on replay, please put a hashtag replay in the comments so I know who stalks me throughout the day, because I really do like to know who stalks me. You never know, something might come from it. And yes, you want to watch every replay on, no, bit high, about there. Yeah, on my Kwak Talks YouTube channel. Go there. Couldn't get my words out then. Make sure you go and check that out for every single replay of every single show that I've done. And also, if you go on LinkedIn and find me on there, I'd really appreciate it, because you also get like sneak peeks to some of the videos before they're uploaded, because they're always uploaded the following week. So, you know, if you want to see anything possibly you didn't see on the show or anything like that, there's always a sneak peek video there for you. So yes, it has been fabulous. And remember, season 2 is coming up. I don't know when, but it's coming up. And I've just shown my lovely guest today a sneak preview to the intro video, which is fabulous. Ooh. Bless me. So yeah, it's honestly, my guest just said bless you. How cute's that? It's a good job I can read lips. How cute. So yes, it is a fabulous day. However, every day, as we do, I like to go through the days of the year. And the reason I like to do this, because I got asked to start reminding people, is if you are struggling for social media content today, on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, anything like that, it'll give you just something random to post. You know, did you know it is this day? Have you thought about doing this day? I'm going to be doing this day. It's all these different things, and it's so important, because obviously we need to get seen on social media. So today, first of all, actually, before I start, today is the Queen's birthday. Obviously, we know she's been through a very rough time today. So if you could do anything on social media today, you know, say happy birthday to Her Majesty the Queen. I know she'll never see it, but it'd be quite nice to shout out it. So today is World Creativity and Innovation Day. World Creativity and Innovation Day. Get out that big drawing pad, get out them big coloured pens and start drawing, start writing, because that's what we want. If you've got kids, steal them off them. Start innovating, start talking about your business and where you want it to go. It is also World Stationery Day. If anyone knows me, I am a stationery whore. That's the only way I am putting it. I am a stationery whore. It is also Bulldogs Are Beautiful Day with their little wrinkles. It is also Chocolate-Covered Cashews Day. Chocolate-covered cashews. Obviously, I know chocolate-covered peanuts, but yeah. Anyway, and it is also, well, it says American Red Cross Giving Day, but obviously, support any charity. They've had just as rough as 12 months as anyone else. So honestly, support a charity. When was the last time you tidied out your wardrobe? When was the last time you actually did underneath your bed? You know, it's one of them things your mum used to nag at you when you was a kid, but have you done it as an adult? Because you never know, you might find some things that you can give to a good old-fashioned charity, because they need as much help as they can get. So yes, there we go. It is, bear with me, World Creativity and Innovation Day. Is also World Stationery Day, Bulldogs Are Beautiful Day, Chocolate-Covered Cashews Day, and American Red Cross Giving Day. But I'm just going to say it's General Charity Day. Go and support a charity near you. So today's guest, who I'm about to bring on very, very shortly, is, we haven't been friends, contacts very long, but we really, really get along. And every time we're normally on a call together, I see her daughter's beautiful face pop up from somewhere. And she is a little cherub. It's absolutely fantastic. So today's guest, we are going to be talking about photography, business, children's mental health, and obviously photography in general as a business kind of was one of the ones that did not exist over the last 12 months. So with no further ado, I'm going to bring on Aina Gomez Piza. I hope I've said that wrong. Right? No, I hope I've said that right. Why do I hope I've said that wrong? Jesus Christ, Callum. With no further ado, good morning, Aina.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Did I say your surname right?
Well, it doesn't matter. I normally just go for Aina Gomez because I know.
We'll go for Aina Gomez because then I can't pronounce it wrong. But yes, how are you on this fabulous day, my lovely? Are you okay?
I'm fine, thank you. Yes, it's a nice day. It's sunny. So
It doesn't. It's not here today. I love this because I get a live weather forecast. It's not that sunny here today. It's not. But Aina, before we carry on, can you tell everyone who you are and what you do, please?
Yes, I'm Aina, and I'm a photographer. I run a photography studio called Family Memento, and I'm also a theatre school principal.
I forgot about that.
Ah.
How did I forget about that?
I do normally speak more about the photography side of things than the theatre school, but since one of the topics we're going to talk about today is children's mental health, they are both very much aimed at that, so I thought I'd mention it now. So
obviously, photography, we know it's not existed really the last 12 months. You know, it's one of the things, you know, don't get me wrong, the odd photographer I think has been lucky, depending on, you know, the people have wanted shoots showing that they've been COVID friendly and things like that. However, I know from a few personal friends that are photographers, it went pretty much out the window. How have you dealt with that over the last 12 months with an industry completely shutting down?
Well, there have been different avenues for me. One has been delving into product photography, which, it's not my passion in the sense that I like photographing people, and there's a reason for that. But you know, to be honest, I have enjoyed it, and it has been good to help my clients, because I haven't advertised for product photography. It's really just come through existing clients. So actually, that's been very good. And it has allowed me to be creative. By the way, I didn't know it was World Creativity and Innovation Day, so I'll have to shout about that. But it has allowed me to go into that. And then I've gone more into my educational side of things. I do have a strong educational background, background in education, sorry. So I was lucky, and a job landed on my lap almost after a month of being in lockdown one, and I started teaching online full-time. So basically I did something else. But then finally I was able to blend things, and I started Little Eyes Big Stories, which is an online photography course for children, and it's aimed at them appreciating what they have. So it is very linked to that mental health, you know, because it's using what they have. It's not about buying expensive stuff or getting technical. It's about getting creative and appreciating what you have. So that's how I felt for this year.
It's so important though. Like, it is so important. You know, I've got 5 nieces and a nephew. That's off the top of my head without counting them. All of them are beyond creative, you know, that they want, even, especially to be fair, with taking photos, because they constantly see people went out and about taking selfies and things like that. And, you know, they all want to dive in at some point with getting hold of the parent's phone or my phone, for example, and taking photos with it. And they go, I want to go take pictures of the plant I planted when Nanny, you know, it's all these kind of things. And it's so important, because like you're saying, it's little eyes with massive stories. They're so impressed with the thing they've done, and they want to take a photo of it, because they can see you're taking photos of your meal at Nando's, which no one cares about. So stop taking that picture. Just saying, because I'm one of the people that does it. So it's really, really important. But Family Mementos, I believe, is your business name, isn't it?
Yes.
So why Family Mementos? Because obviously that can cover so many varieties of different things, but why Family Mementos?
Well, I founded Family Memento about 3.5 years ago. And I did it at the time I was doing something very different, which was I was running a language school. Has not much to do with photography. But before that, I was a film producer, and I ran a film production company with my partner, my partner in life and in business. And we had a child, the daughter you've met. And unfortunately, 7 months after our daughter coming to this world, my partner passed away. And we didn't have any photos as a family. We had one. And, you know, we ran a production company we hired photographers, sometimes full time, to do like behind the scenes and the making of. And, it's not like it was an alien concept. Like we didn't know any photographers, or we didn't, I think we worked with them on a daily basis. But, at that stage of your life when you've just given birth, I mean, taking your own photos is like the last thing on your mind. You don't feel like being in front of the camera. But, it's not about you. Being in the photo is not about you. It's not an ego trip. It's not vanity. It's other people who are going to appreciate that photo much more than you. And, unfortunately, we don't have that. We miss that chance. So, and while I appreciate that not everyone is going to go through a tragedy like that, time does go, it does fly for everyone, not just for me. So, those moments, you don't get them back. So it is important to take them. Photography can be so powerful. The power of one single photo can be so strong. And by the way, do you know that there is research that proves that induced memories, for example, like through seeing a photo of yourself when you were 3 years old or 2, like it's highly improbable that you actually remember that moment, but through the photo you do. And they show up in your brain. There's no difference in your brain whether that is an actual genuine memory or one that has been produced by the photo. This was actually, they found this out not through photography, but through hypnosis. And they realized that when they put ideas into people that have been hypnotized, they showed up in the brain the same way than actual memories. So there's no difference in our brain. So how powerful can that be, that it helps us remember and make those moments memorable. So I started Family Mementos for that. I didn't want other people to miss out, and I think it's not a luxury and it's not a vanity thing. It's doing good for your family to capture those moments. And it stemmed from resilience. It stemmed from crisis. So and what's been my next biggest crisis? The pandemic. So I think they're very closely related, and it was really, really tough at the beginning, not knowing what was going to happen with my business and with everything. And then being a single mom, my daughter was on her own all day. I did see how her mental health was affected, as in she started behaving not very much herself. And this is something I've seen with lots of parents I work with. And I've seen things like separation anxiety show up all of a sudden, in children that, maybe had it when they went to nursery for the first time. And you see it at the school gates, and, children behaving maybe in ways that they wouldn't, in normal circumstances. So I think it's it's a moment in time where we really need to dig deep into that and support them, because they are key years in their formation. So in their development. So we can't forget that. Like, as hard as it's been for us, we can't forget that they've also gone through this.
No, you're so right. You're so right. And, it's one of there's a reason why in films and everything, a mum always grabs the photo albums. Always. She always does. And my mum always has. The photo albums have always been at hand. If there's ever a house fire or anything, I know the one thing, other than the kids, that she'd grab would be the photo albums. Because she's like, from, before social media and things, there is no other version of that photo. That is it. Once that's gone, that's gone. And like you're saying, you have no longer the ability to look at that photo and that memory come forward. You don't have that memory anymore. And there's a couple where, and this must work the same way. I was just thinking about it. I was thinking about the time I've looked at a photograph and straight away I can remember behind that photograph kind of thing. And one of them's like me with a water pistol in the garden at my dad's when I was a kid. I remember it clear as crystal. I must have been about 5. Yeah, I remember it clear as crystal. And it's so important. But yeah, you are completely right. Once again, I've seen this through my siblings, for example, with their children. They're acting so much different being at home, and they couldn't wait to get back to school, because a lot of them are used to routine, but they developed a lot of things when at home they didn't normally have. But I think the children didn't like the fact they developed that. I don't know, because they're not 100% my children, obviously. I'm not there or anything like that. But from what you hear, and other people and friends, the children didn't like the fact of the new way they was behaving and thinking. They didn't like it. So what a friend of mine did was they got, I believe, about 5 books, and they put a sticker on each one for a mood. And they said to the child, instead of having a go at them, instead of telling them off for misbehaving, they told them they had to go sit in the corner and read the book of how they was feeling. And it helped the parent understand how the child was feeling at that moment. Was they frustrated? Was they angry? Was they sad? How was they feeling? Because they've never had the child this much in such close proximity. Because they was like, do I actually know my kid on an emotional level? Why are they frustrated? I don't know. So getting these books really helped them break down. Oh, they're actually not angry right now. They're sad. Why are they sad? And it allowed them to open that conversation. And I believe some of it was, I'm missing my friends. I want to see grandma. I want to do this. And it's like, all it took was for me to go pick the book on how you're feeling. Because if the child doesn't know what sadness is, they don't know fully what sadness is. They know when they're a bit like, but they don't know how to express that. No. And it's so important, and it is so, so important. So with everything, let's bring the lighten up. With everything, obviously reopening schools, nurseries, things like that. Have you started to see a peak again in like moods and things like that?
Absolutely, and especially these last 2 weeks, it's been crazy, both for the theatre school, for the online course, and I know things are opening up, and people are looking less and less at doing things online, but it helps them so much, and I mean, it's part pre-recorded, part live, and the pre-recorded part is professionally filmed, so it even if I say so myself, I know it's not right, but it looks pretty cool. So, it's easy to watch. It lends itself, So I've seen a huge, because it's nice outside, and, it's nice to go out and go on those walks. Taking that second to take a nice photo is great. So there's growing interest. And as you say, sometimes when you take that photo, you're going to remember the moment, because you don't just remember the photo, you remember before and after, and even maybe what you were thinking, oh, I thought that I wanted to capture this, and then I saw that happening, and and I was with my dad, and I was with my friend, or what, you remember all those details that you probably wouldn't remember otherwise. And there's been take up on that. For the theatre school, oh my goodness, I've had to open a new group in one of the groups, because especially this it's only Wednesday, but this week it's just been crazy. Inquiries left, right and centre, and it's with parents feeling confident, I guess, and children just needing it. You should have seen it on Saturday. We reopened in person. We'd been online since December, so all term 2 has been online. Some of our students we've only met online because they only joined in January. So it was great. It was crazy. Some, especially the juniors are 6 to 8 year olds. They start at 10:30. Well, they started arriving at 10, half an hour early. Thankfully, the room is empty. So they just came in and they just started running around in circles. But they were so excited to be there. And then because I hadn't told them that that one girl in particular was coming back, because she stopped coming during online. She didn't take to online very well, so she stopped coming. So they weren't expecting her to come. So when they saw her, it's like, this girl is back. And they just started running and running and running in circles for like 15 minutes. I don't know how they were just exhausted after that. And then, the teacher was there, so they just started dancing, and that's it. They started their lesson 15 minutes early. dancing, because that's what they needed, and they were so...
They wanted to do it, didn't they? They obviously needed to dive into it and get stuck in. It's what they needed.
Yeah, so the people who came, no one was late. The people who came on time felt that they were late, you know, and they just ran in and joined whatever it is that they were doing. And they were like, oh, sorry, I'm late. Like, no, you're not.
Yeah.
You are not. It's just that they were so eager to get started that they got here early. And
it's hard to tell kids to wait, isn't it? It's got to be hard, you know, coming from a guy that doesn't have them. But it's got to be hard to tell kids to wait. But you know, what would you say to anyone that possibly is still maybe struggling with the child, or maybe the child really has developed some form of, I'm trying to use the right word, bear with me, new emotions that they've not really expressed before or anything like that, you know, what would you recommend to them?
Don't deny those emotions, first of all.
Okay.
Never say things like, that's silly, or come on, it's not that big a deal. It is. For them, it is. If they're feeling it, it's real, and it's as real as anything else. So first of all, please don't deny that feeling to the child, but let them come out of it as well, you know. I'd say, and also coming from, you know, having felt things like deep grief, and this is some sort of grief that we're collectively dealing with, you know. You need to feel it, but, you know, acknowledge it, and then take action. You know, it's not enough with, oh, because I'm sad, I'm going to remain sad.
Yeah.
Or oh no, I'm not sad. No, it's both things. You know, you need to acknowledge the feeling, the emotion, but then take action. So for example, we had some children who were actually just trying out this last Saturday, and one of them was feeling particularly, she was very happy when she came in, but then she really didn't want to join or anything. And so in her case, what I did was just softly, you know, it was like, well, you don't want to join right now, just sit here, we'll watch for 5 minutes or for as long as you need. And, you know, just sit and watch. You don't need to, you know, it's not an obligation. You'll join when you want to. Yeah. And then little by little, just telling her, why don't you, you know, now you're sitting here, now they're sitting in a circle. You don't need to participate, but let's sit in the circle, you know. And, you know, and it felt like very slow at the beginning, but then all of a sudden, that's it.
She's off.
Yeah. And then it's weird because she only took her coat off. And so I think that physical restriction was also allowing her to have that emotional restriction as well. I know it sounds a bit weird, but that, you know, it was both. And then, you know, a while later, because I don't teach these lessons, right? I'm in and out, and I'm about, all of a sudden it was like, what, is that the same girl? It honestly looked like a different girl. She seemed a different person. It's like, I've been with her for half an hour.
Yeah.
And now I'm looking, it's not like I don't recognize her. But she looks like a different person. Her face has changed. So anyway, that's a bit of an anecdote, but I think it's acknowledging, don't deny it, but take action. And I think with each child, it's different, you know. There's, you know, with some children, they need a bit of a stern instruction, you know, just stern, you know. It doesn't have to be, I'm very much against any kind of negative. No, but sometimes they just need that, you know, oh, we're doing this now, you know, there's no option. I'm not asking, this is what we're doing now, you know. So sometimes they need that, but I think there's, as a parent, you know your child, so you know what they need, but always have that kind of flexibility. I heard someone say one day, is movement at the hip. So does that make sense? You know, like, let's navigate this, you know. You know, just not there's no one size fits all. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm babbling now. I hope I've answered your question.
It's okay, Aina. I absolutely adore you. Just babble all you want, my love. But no, honestly, Aina, believe it or not, I've been talking for nearly half an hour. So,
Wow.
yeah, it absolutely flies past. But honestly, thank you for your words of wisdom today. What I'm going to do is I'm going to kick you backstage. I'll have a quick natter with you just before I bugger off and apparently earn some money. But thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. And I hope that was helpful.
It was lovely. And I'm sure lots of people will find it helpful. I will speak to you later.
Perfect. Thank you.
Bye. Oh, she's such a gem, people. So honestly, if you are watching in live on the last few minutes, please do go back and watch on the replay, because we're talking about, you know, photography and children's mental health, especially over the last 12 months. So please, please, please go and check the full replay out, and remember to put #replay in the comments. So with no further ado, people, make sure you tune in tomorrow when I've got a fabulous guest I've never met before. So make sure you tune in. And remember, people, in the words of Banana, if you can't be good, be careful. If you can't be careful, don't get caught.